being the first time that retail can have access to the same markets that the financial institutions have, and that'll have potentially massive improvements in terms of the financial products that.
Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video breakdown. In today's video, we're going to be discussing and talking about this digital transformation and the idea that we are at the forefront of this massive financial transformation in the process of becoming our own banks, not necessarily getting rid of intermediaries, but going from this centralized to decentralized way of storing, buying, selling, moving money, moving value all across the globe. We are in the midst of a massive digital transformation. If you didn't know that already, if you're watching this for the first time and you're coming across CYPRX, or maybe it's like your first crypto video that you're getting into, here at CYPRX, we are extremely committed to delivering high quality education that empowers individuals and our members in particular to thrive in crypto, DeFi, and the forex space. We don't just teach individuals how you can grow your wealth. We also equip our members with the knowledge and strategies needed to compete alongside the most sophisticated investors in the market. And not a lot of people in the retail space are doing what we're doing here at CYPRX. We have access to information that not really anybody on the internet right now has access to, especially in the retail space, provided via our institutional scalpers in our private Discord. And in today's video breakdown, I want to give you guys an insight into that, not only by showing you guys panel discussions of large sophisticated investors in this space, some of the biggest asset managers in the DeFi ecosystem, discussing and talking about the DeFi revolution that we are currently experiencing, but also playing video clips from individuals like the BIS general manager telling you guys that this is all happening. And then I want to really dive into a Bank of International Settlements document today, pick it apart. So throughout the entirety of this video breakdown, you guys are going to get educated on the digital transformation. You guys are going to see why it's so important that you pay attention to starting to learn how to earn yield on not only your income, right? Every single dollar that you have to your name should in some way, shape, or form be earning you something, even if it's a couple percentages, and how we are in the process of individuals being left behind that don't adapt and migrate over to this new digital way of doing things. And it's only going to continue. The digital divide is only going to continue to increase over time as this technological transformation continues to unfold. There's going to be a certain group of individuals that are naysayers, that don't believe in the technology. You guys, in some way, shape, or form, regardless if you're involved in DeFi or not, are pioneers in this space. We are extremely early, and you need to wake up and pay attention to detail. And again, platforms like the one that I've created for you guys here at CYPRX is a trustworthy platform where you can come. There's no BS. We don't beat around the bush. We stick straight to the point. We deliver real logical fundamentals, accurate technical analysis, and insights that are readily unavailable to retail traders. Okay. So the reason why I started this off, there's a point and there's a method to all my madness. I just recently posted this to you guys where I said to you all pretty much what our vision is and what we're committed to here at CYPRX. And I gave live examples from individual members in our private community of some people in our community making $400, $200 a day, equating to $6,000 a month. Other individuals saying how amazing and trustworthy and educational our content is. And the reason why I'm showing this is not to brag or boast. It's to show you guys physical proof. If we head over here, okay, this is a BIS document. Let me share my screen with you guys. There's a reason why I share this stuff with you all. It's not to get you guys to sign up. It's not to get you guys to see that people in our private community are making money. It's to show you all that retail traders, the vast majority of them, are losing. Okay, they are losing, and they are not able to compete with the large scale financial sophisticated investors. All right, here at CYPRX, we are different. I can back that 110%. We have information and education that no other retail community on this internet has. And I have over probably 300 to 500 reviews saved on my computer of just how phenomenal and educational CYPRX is. Not only that, but how individuals in our private community are profiting. I mean, we have somebody in our private community that came in just, I'd say, less than a year ago and is already managing over $5 million in trading capital alone. So I can stand by the fact that we do provide education that is, again, not readily available to the vast amount of retail individuals. So here you guys can see this document. This is why I even brought this up. This is the BIS working paper, Decentralized Dealers Examining Liquidity Provisions in Decentralized Exchanges. This is from November 2024. So you guys can see that this is updated. I apologize if you can't, see the print on the computer because it's kind of small for you guys. But we're going to come back to this document. We're going to full circle, and I want to read this for you all, but I want to scroll all the way down to the bottom. The conclusion of this document is probably, if not the most important, one of the most important findings, where they talk about liquidity providers, they talk about DeFi, they talk about who's actually involved in this market. Okay. So there's, again, a certain onset of individuals in the crypto ecosystem, especially on Twitter, that are like, oh, DeFi is too risky. I don't want to get involved in DeFi. Institutions are not here yet. Blah, 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 blah. I'm here to show you guys that institutions are actually the predominant players in DeFi right now. They know that it exists, and they are stomping on retail traders right now, because retail traders, again, they don't have the proper education. They don't have a mature approach. They're all here to just get rich quick. They're not really taking it upon themselves to learn a strategy, really actually understand the markets in which they're involved in, which, again, is, if you decided to join CYPRX, something that we clear up for you. We teach you guys how we have built a mature, logical, sound strategy and an approach that you can take to these markets to actually start to compete with these more sophisticated players. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is, again, from that BIS working paper, and it says that they find that retail liquidity providers are outcompeted by a small group of sophisticated agents that dominate liquidity provision. These players hold about 80% of the total value locked and focus their attention on liquidity pools that have the most trading volume and are less volatile. While the average return for retail liquidity providers is positive, this is driven by the high profitability of a select few. In more than half of the days in our sample, retail liquidity providers lose money on a risk-adjusted basis. Our findings highlight a trend where the ability to provide liquidity is becoming consolidated in the hands of a few sophisticated participants, with retail participants unable to effectively compete with them. So we're going to full circle back to this document, but the reason why I'm sharing this with you all is so that way you all can see that, again, most retail traders, they're losing. Most people on the internet, they're losing. I'd say that probably 85 to 90% of people that actually create content on the internet right now, the active influencers that you watch, they probably suck behind the scenes in terms of their actual profitability and portfolio. Okay. And I'm just speaking facts. In my private community, I openly discuss my trades. I openly discuss my dollar cost average positions. I openly discuss my portfolio. I pretty much lay it all on the table, aside of a couple of different private things. But the vast majority of my positions and the way that I make money in this space is readily available to every single person that comes in my community, so that they can actually see that we are here competing with these more sophisticated investors. Okay. And anybody that comes into the CYPRX community can vouch for that. All right. Not only that, we have individual representatives in our private community who are mentors that are managing millions of dollars in capital. Okay. So I wanted to bring that to everybody's attention, that it's not me telling you guys that retail traders suck. Okay. It's the Bank of International Settlements. It's the central bank for central bankers. Right. And so if that doesn't enlighten you to say, maybe I should take action and maybe I should join a mentorship so that I don't fall in the category and the statistic of the average retail investor that is giving away my capital to these more sophisticated investors. Because every single time somebody loses in the market, again, most likely retail, somebody has to benefit on the opposite end of that trade. Okay. And that's the sophisticated investors. Wouldn't you like to be the individual that is on the opposite end of losing and instead you are winning? I would. That is, again, why I buckled down and have been involved heavily in understanding these markets in and out for over 9 years now, because I was tired of losing. All right. And so, again, losses are inevitable. I still lose to this day, and I openly discuss and talk about that to my private community. That's not something that goes away just because you start making money. You will always lose money. There is always risk involved in this market, but there is a way to mitigate that risk. There is a strategical approach that you can take to increase your winning probability. And again, these institutions know that. Most majority of retail traders do not. And they take this lottery fixed mindset to these markets. They get stomped the F out. And again, the devil's in the details. The documents are telling you that. Okay. So that's why I wanted to start this call off with that, just showing you guys this. I don't post this stuff to toot our own horn at CYPRX. I post this stuff to encourage you guys to come join and tap into our community. So that way you're not part of that percentage of retail investors that's always giving your money back to the market. Okay. Let's move on. So let's put that aside from now. We'll come back to the BIS document. Let's get into this. Okay. Let me share my screen in a way that you guys can actually hear the audio. But this is the Bank of International Settlements General Manager, Augustin Karstens. I don't know how to pronounce that correctly. So we're going to start to get into this idea of showing you all that we are in the midst of a massive transformation where we are going to be our own banks. Okay. We're going to be our own banks. We're going to be able to earn more yield than we have ever been in our entire lifetime. And I know that a lot of people can't comprehend that that is a reality, but it is. These financial institutions know it. They're already involved. They're already dipping their toes in the DeFi. And I'm going to show you that physical proof in today's video breakdown. For all those individuals that are still skeptical about it, you need to understand that skepticism is not going to prevail in this digital transformation. You need to adapt. You need to educate yourself. You need to take a mature strategical approach that will situate you ahead of the rest of everybody else that thinks that this shit is a scam. Okay. Have you not seen what's happened in the past, let's just say, year and a half? Do you guys remember a year and a half ago? They were publicly telling you all not to buy crypto. They were publicly telling you guys that crypto is a scam. They were publicly inducing fear, uncertainty, and doubt into the masses. And now look at crypto. Now look at it. Everybody's FOMOing in, okay? Because of what has happened over the past year and a half. The same thing is about to happen with DeFi, and I've been attempting to warn you guys to pay attention, and I'm going to continue to do so. And eventually, there's going to be, again, a certain portion of people that are involved in crypto that look back and say, dang, I should have taken advantage of DeFi, because it is going to allow you to not only grow and maintain your wealth now, but also scale it in the future without migrating back to the traditional financial system. So many people are going to get wrecked after this next bull market cycle because they sell for fiat currency. Okay. I'm telling you all right now, individual participants that are heavily involved in DeFi, they will be the ones that maintain, grow, and scale their wealth after this next bull market cycle. I'm not saying everybody that goes back to the traditional financial system will suffer, but most people will. Okay. So let's start on that spiel. I want to get into institutional yield. I want to get into them talking about us heading into a lower interest rate environment, how that's going to scale DeFi adoption. But first, let's listen to the Bank of International Settlements General Manager tell you guys that they are building this new financial system, the Finternet, as they call it, so that way we as individuals or anybody in the globe can be the center of our own financial universe. Take a second here and listen.
But let me provide a broad overview. The Finternet is a vision of multiple financial ecosystems that connect with each other, much like the internet. It aims to empower individuals and businesses by placing them at the center of their financial lives. It aims to empower individuals and businesses by placing them at the center of their financial lives.
Do you hear what he said? It tends to empower individuals and businesses to become the center of their own financial lives. That is so astronomical that is coming from the BIS general manager. Again, why is this? Because this is happening for the first time. We've been stuck in the centralized way of doing things where the people that have the advantage have been the centralized organizations, the large organizations where you have to have a very large amount of capital to participate in earning any amount of yield because the yield is so minuscule and small. These financial institutions know that, and they've known that for years now. That is all changing, where we now have equal access to this new financial system, and the yields in this new financial system are so much higher. You understand that? And I'm not talking about some extraordinary numbers and percentages that we could get into in DeFi. I'm simply just talking about going from a couple of percentages, 1 to 3%, to now we are going to be able to, as normal, everyday, average citizens, earn, 20 to 25% on our dollars, on our stable coins. And that is exponential when you take into consideration that a lot of people this next bull market cycle are going to become thousandaires or millionaires at that matter. Okay. You're going to be able to take your capital You're going to be able to deploy it into the DeFi ecosystem, have complete control over that, and earn consistent passive income on that directly from nothing but your mobile device. Okay? No intermediary, no nothing. Now, that's not the only thing that DeFi is going to allow access to, but it's just something to consider. Okay. And this is not coming from me. I'm not waking up in the morning like, oh my gosh, I'm going to tell everybody this is happening. No, this is coming from large scale market participants like the BIS general manager telling you all this. Okay. Let me progress forward. So we're going to come over here. We're going to listen to this panel discussion. I'm going to get into a tweet that Marshall Hayner put out just yesterday talking about DeFi. But this is a representative from Carpet Key. If you're not too familiar with what Carpet Key is, just to show you again why you should be listening to these individuals. I don't just like pull up random people and listen and say, hey, listen to this person. I try to pull up people with credentials. Carpet Key is an on-chain financial solution for the leading DAOs. Okay. Right now, they are one of, I don't know if this is accurate, but one of, at least at a minimum, one of the largest asset managers in crypto with over $2 billion of DeFi Treasury Network TVL. You can see that here. Okay. Carpet Key provides a range of AD, HOC, financial, and legal and regulatory services to support strategic initiatives, including M&A advisory, token swaps, OTC deals, and more. So you can see that they are embedded in the regulatory ecosystem. It also says right here, Carpet Key has successfully executed over 10,000 DeFi transactions without loss of funds. That is insane, considering, again, what it is that we're going to get into in today's video breakdown. So I'm just showing you guys who we're going to be listening to, because this is an individual representative from Carpet Key. Okay. Listen to what he says here as to why people should adopt DeFi. He talks about this idea of how we are going to be at the center of our financial system, our financial lives, how we're going to be able to be our own bank, how we're going to be able to earn yield in ways that we've never been able to do this before, considering that we are migrating from a centralized financial system to a decentralized financial system. This is exactly and goes hand in hand with what we have been touting here at CYPRX, why you all should be paying attention, why you all should be tapped in. So many people, again, think that this is a scam. Oh my gosh, DeFi is unregulated. But in reality, just like crypto, okay, albeit it's a little less regulated than crypto, positive regulations are being implemented and institutions are involved. Okay. If you do it in a smart, strategical, and mature fashion, you can mitigate your risk and you can get involved in such a way that will allow you longevity in this space. Okay. Take a second here and listen to what this individual rep has to say. This is about maybe like a 2 or 3 minute long video. I want you guys to pay attention to detail. Okay. Take into consideration what we just said about vast amount of individuals in retail losing money. Take into consideration what the Bank of International Settlements BIS general manager just said, okay, that we are about to be at the center of our financial lives. And then take into consideration something else I've said to you guys publicly is that right now we're in the midst of a massive transformation where equal access is about to become the new normal. If not, it already has, where somebody with, again, a mobile phone and an internet connection in the lowest income earning area in Africa, and I just utilize that as an example because that's something everybody can, gravitate towards. You can imagine that. Okay, imagine the lowest income earning area in Africa. Somebody over there earning pennies has access to a mobile phone and an internet connection. They have the same access to this new financial system that somebody in the most expensive part of the United States in Malibu, California does with the same device, a mobile phone and an internet connection. That is massive. And I'm telling you all right now, those lower income earning people that have never had access to a traditional financial system, a financial system in general, are coming. Okay. And these people in America and other, comfortable jurisdictions, they're the ones that think that this is a scam. They're the ones that can't believe that this is possible. But all the people that have never had access to the financial system that can now earn 25% on their dollars, right? Okay, are about to come. They're coming. Okay, this is not a scam for them. This is an opportunity. And so should you see this as an opportunity, because if you don't, I'm telling you all right now, you will get left behind, whether that's through lack of education, lack of finances, or lack of understanding what the heck is actually happening. You will get left behind. Okay, it's crazy what's happening. So let me play this video clip for you guys. Take a second here and listen to this individual representative speak.
think about DeFi, and I know it's still early days, but I really see DeFi as, or at least having the potential to become the first true global, open, and self-sovereign financial wholesale market, right? And what I mean by this is that if you look at what happened in DeFi in the first 4 years, we've seen, essentially the democratization of financial services. So potentially anybody in the world could access, markets that back in the day and still today are prohibited either for, either by regulation or jurisdictions or whatever. We've opened up the access, and by opening up the access and making it global, we're essentially improving liquidity and improving all of the metrics that that come with it. But the next way for me is about abstracting the complexities. It's about creating new distribution channels. It's about integrating DeFi into the products that we use on a daily basis, right? And I'm talking about not only retail services, but also corporate services. So let me tell you a single experience that I've had in the past week. I think it was the first expression of what I'm trying to portray here. There's a wallet called Zeal, which I've downloaded. And I created a new account using the passkeys, right? So it was the first time that I created a wallet actually without having to save the seed phrase, right? So in seconds, I essentially issued a wallet on Ethereum. And then I've connected my Gnosis Pay card. And Gnosis Pay card is a non-custodial card that's connected with Visa, essentially allowing me to spend my crypto where all the authorizations go through a smart contract held on an L2 on Gnosis chain. So I connected the card. It was fairly simple, just a couple taps. And then I was asked to deploy some XI, which is the DAI version on Gnosis chain, in my savings account. And what potentially happened on the background is that the wallet was essentially deploying my XDAI on Maker's DSR, yielding 7.5%, right? And then on top of that, I enabled the capacity for refilling the card, meaning that my payment card balance would be automatically replenished from my savings account as soon as its balance gone down past $500 or whatever, right? So essentially what I'm talking here is that it is the first time that we're enabling these types of use cases in ways that can actually surpass the Web2 experience, right? The neobank experience is the first time that I see, capital efficiency at the point where, I'm able to basically abstracted from these complexities, and I'm actually using a crypto bank as I would use a neobank with further functionality. So that's what I mean by this, right? I mean, being the first time that retail can have access to the same markets that the financial institutions have, and that'll have potentially massive.
Did you all just hear what he just said? Let me play that for you guys one more freaking time. Listen to what he says. I know that was a whole mouthful, but just please pay attention. Please, I'm begging you guys right now. You're listening. 700 people listening to this call. Listen to what he just said. For the first time ever, what are retail traders about to have access to? Listen.
So that's what I mean by this, right? I mean, being the first time that retail can have access to the same markets that the financial institutions have, and that'll have potentially massive improvements in terms of the financial products that
oh my gosh, you guys don't even understand. For the first time ever, we are front running the freaking banks. Okay, look at this. This video has 59 views, and I can guarantee you probably 10 of these views is from the CYPRX research team. This is from 8 days ago. Nobody is paying attention to this stuff. Only here at CYPRX are we bringing this to everybody's attention on a granular scale. This is serious. This is so massive of an opportunity. Not only, let's pick apart what he just said. Let's take a step back. How many people do you know right now own or have a Master or Visa card? Most likely you do. Listening to this right now, you either own one or two, either a Master or a Visa card. Guarantee, actually, as a matter of fact, I can almost 110% guarantee every single person listening on this call either has a MasterCard or Visa card or knows what Visa or MasterCard is. And he just said that this platform that he is integrating on is connected with Visa. Okay, so this is not some scam. This is not some joke. This is not some fucking rug pull, y'all. Okay, and that his savings account connected to this crypto bank is earning 7.5% yield. And on top of that, he has an auto compound feature enabled so that way every single time, every single second that his platform is earning yield, it's acquiring and dumping it back into the account, earning him more and more and more passive income in his savings account. This is, again, access that we have never had as retail investors. He just said that this is access that traditional financial players have had access to, but retail traders, relatively speaking, have not. And now for the first time ever, we do. Okay. This is massive. If you are still here and you are listening to this, you need to tap in. If you do not know what DeFi is, and I'm talking about like not just surface level scratching DeFi, like, oh, I know about DeFi. Yeah, you can make passive income. I heard. No, I'm talking about like you actually know it. You know it to the point where you can comfortably go and deploy your digital assets and start earning yield like this gentleman just said. If you don't know how to do that, you need to learn more. You need to learn more. I'm not telling you guys to go out there and deploy into DeFi. That's not what I'm saying, but you need to educate yourself because I'm telling you all right now, this is happening. Okay. And again, that is why we created the Wealth 28 Club, the DeFi University, to show people that this is all possible, to show people that this is what's happening right now. Okay. So check this out. Let's get into more detail why this is so massive, what that gentleman from Carpet Key just said. What if this is from Marshall Hayner? Okay. Obviously, of course, the CEO of Metallica's blockchain, right? What if he just said on a post just from yesterday, what if Loan Protocol on the MetalX app could help these people out? I want to demonstrate how DeFi can change lives and solve serious problems. Do you all see this? Okay, and he posted this article from CNBC. So this blew my mind that I was about to make a video on this. At the same time, I'm trying to tell people, hey, look, this stuff's about to become mainstream. This shit is about to go viral because everybody in the world is about to have equal access to this new financial system to completely revolutionize their financial lives. Okay, look at what just happened. So first of all, let's check this out. Again, you know, Metallica's blockchain, Marshall Hayner. What if the Loan Protocol on MetalX could help these people out? Who are these people he's talking about? Well, let's just head over here, okay? Because on the Metal Dex, okay, I'm going to come over here. Look at this. All right. If you go to MetalX pools, right, and you come down here, and let's say you don't want to experience any impermanent loss and you want like kind of a safer play, a low mitigated risk play, you have the option to provide liquidity in stable coins here. Okay, look at this, and earn 18 freaking percent APY on stablecoin. So let's just use this as an example. Again, hypothetically speaking, let's say that you became a millionaire after this next bull market cycle. And let's say you plugged $1 million of capital, again, that's on the high end, into this account, into this stablecoin liquidity pool. That's $500,000 of USDT, $500,000 of USDC into this pool. You'd be making 18% on $1 million. You do that math. I don't need to do that math for you. That is a lot of passive income. Now let's lower the ball and let's just say you have $10,000 or $50,000 extra added capital after this next bull market cycle to facilitate into earning passive income. You could put $100,000 into this liquidity pool and earn 18% on $100,000. That's $18,000 a year in passive income. You understand how life-changing that is? And again, I'm not making this up. I'm going to show you guys as we progress through this video breakdown that this same 18% that we can make as retail traders is right now being offered to financial institutions. Okay. I'm going to physically show you guys that. And I've been consistently trying to do so because so many people, because again, like you heard the gentleman from Carpet Key say, this is all happening for the first time ever. So many people in crypto, because obviously, of course, it's a nascent space. There's only like 600 million active crypto users. And then in DeFi, there's only like 5 to 10 million active crypto users. So that number is even smaller. Of course, you have people that are going to be like, oh, that's a scam. This isn't happening. No, it is. And you need to understand that right now we have the opportunity to front run the banks. Again, remember what I said. Stop taking this scared, timid, speculative approach and instead take a mature, strategical, educational approach and enlighten yourself on how to mitigate risk, how to take a smart approach to making sure that you don't get into something that's going to rug pull you. There's research that you can do, and this is possible, people. Okay. So let me further go back to Marshall Hayner's post where he talked about, who are these people? Who are these people that he's trying to help with DeFi? You can see right here, DeFi can change lives and solve serious problems. And he posted this mainstream article from CNBC. So let's jump into this. This is mind blowing considering what I'm going to show you guys. So CNBC post, I have no money. Thousands of Americans see their savings vanish in Synapse fintech crisis. Okay, so what is this? I went over to the article and read a little bit about it. So let's just dive in. I'm going to read two little snippets. For 15 years, former Texas school teacher Kayla Morris put every dollar that she could save into a home for her growing family. When she and her husband sold the house last year, they stowed away the proceeds at $282,000 in what they thought of as a safe place, an account at the savings startup Yoda held at a real bank. Morris, like thousands of other customers, was snared in the collapse of a behind-the-scenes fintech firm called Synapse and has been locked out of her account for 6 months as of November. She held out hope that her money was still secure. Then she learned how much Evolve Bank and Trust, the lender where her funds were supposed to be held, was prepared to return her. We are informed last Monday that Evolve was only going to pay $500 out of that $280,000. That is insane, Morris said during a court hearing last week. But this is now clear that regular Americans like Morris are bearing a brunt of that shortfall and will receive little or nothing from savings accounts that they believe were backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government. The loss demonstrates the risk of a system where customers didn't have direct relations with the banks, instead relying on startups to keep track of their funds, who offloaded that responsibility into middlemen like Synapse. I want you guys to pay attention to this key vocabulary right here, middlemen, okay? And this family that just got absolutely effing wrecked, okay? Because again, they trusted an intermediary. They trusted centralized exchanges. They trusted a centralized party. Look at this. This is again going back to the BIS document where you just heard the Bank of International Settlements general manager telling you all that y'all are about to be at the center of your financial lives. This is from November 2024. Remember, I just showed you guys this. This is the same document that goes at the bottom and says that retail traders lose in decentralized finance. Okay. Decentralized exchanges allow participants to buy and sell and store assets without the need for intermediaries. Do you see that right there? Okay. And again, what just happened? Remember, I told you guys that this is going to start to become mainstream. Watch as more banks collapse. Watch as more centralized parties that fail to adapt and don't have good infrastructure built collapse. The masses are coming to DeFi. Smash that thumbs up button and subscribe if y'all are vibing with me right now. If you just jumped on the call, we are heating up right now. I'm giving you guys the juiciest information. I'm telling you guys of any influencer out there that's talking about DeFi right now. I'm physically showing you guys how this is all unfolding at a rapid pace and why you should be getting involved. This stuff is massive, okay? And yet again, I consistently beat the drum on this. Nobody is paying attention to this type of stuff, okay? There's people on the internet, okay, that can come on YouTube and they can tell you how to get into a liquidity pool and start to provide liquidity and earn passive income. But nobody is actually physically picking apart the matrix for you guys and showing you all that this is happening to give you the confidence to start educating yourself. If up to this point, because I got more juice, if up to this point, you're not at least at a minimum interested in furthering your education in DeFi, you got to jump off this call because it's not for you. You're going to consistently be that person that's sitting on the sidelines as skeptical and doesn't see through the matrix, okay? Stop doing what the retail crowd is doing. The retail crowd is so fixated right now on all these little tiny price pumps and price appreciations when that is nothing compared to what is coming. And that is nothing compared to what you are going to have the potential possibility to do. So you take action to maintain your wealth after this next bull market cycle by focusing on DeFi. So many people I see, especially let's say in the XRP community, they're like, oh my gosh, when XRP goes to $10, $20, $30, I'm going to sell. I'm going to sell. What are you going to sell it for? Fiat? Idiots. You're going to sell your XRP for fiat. You're going to sell these utility coins. Let's not even use XRP as an example. You're going to sell any of these utility coins that are going to be able to be utilized in this DeFi ecosystem to earn you passive income in some way, shape, or form. Whether that's you lend, you borrow, you provide liquidity with your digital assets for fiat, for a decaying financial system movement, which I'm showing you guys is rapidly falling apart every single day of our lives and has been ever pretty much since anybody listening to this has been born, okay? We are in a transition. And people are so distracted by immediate dopamine and price appreciation that they're distracted from this. This is what the elites don't want you to see. This is what the people in control of this world don't want you to know. They don't care if a couple people become crypto millionaires off of price appreciation. What they don't want you to know is that you're going to be able to take those millions and put it into a stablecoin position that's earning 25% and pretty much retire. That's what they don't want you to know. Okay? So tap the F in. I'm telling you guys right now, you got to get involved. So check this out. Let's continue down the rabbit hole. So I said to you guys in a more recent post, let's get into showing you guys that this is all going to be possible. Remember that organization that we just shared with you guys, this Carpet Key organization, which is, again, one of the biggest and largest asset managers in crypto. They have and provide legal and regulatory clarity. You can see right here, they talk about that on their page. And they also have over 10,000 processed transactions in DeFi without loss of funds. And again, they participate and, are in bed with some of the largest organizations and companies in the DeFi ecosystem and crypto ecosystem alone. They have over $2 billion in DeFi and their DeFi treasury network. All right. So I'd say that they're a pretty large market participant. Well, I just shared a little tiny video clip. We're going to get back into this mainnet stage presentation of this representative from Carpet Key. And I said, we are going to be able to put our profits after this next bull market in regulated yield-bearing stablecoins, earning 6% on the low end to 25% on the high end. That means that you could stick $1 to $1.6 million in these accounts and be earning $6,000 on the low end and $22,000 on the high end per month in passive income. So many people still have no idea that this is possible, that DeFi lets you become your own bank. The financial system is shifting, and those who understand it will thrive while others will be left behind. Okay. Again, don't miss out on this. Educate yourself now. So let's jump into this real quick video clip, okay, where he goes on to talk about yield farming and stablecoins. Again, this is for those individuals that want to take a lower risk approach to DeFi, that are like, oh, what about impermanent loss? What about if I put liquidity in with my XRP and the price goes down and then I experience impermanent? Well, this is, again, a stablecoin strategy. Again, the prices of these assets are assumed to remain stable. Therefore, you mitigate that risk to impermanent loss. And instead, look at this more so as a passive income investment in your savings account, where you're generating high yields. And again, I'm trying to get everybody to wake up to this because, again, like I said, a lot of people that are holding these utility assets, you are about to F this up for your family because you are being manipulated by these people, these influencers that are embedded into the matrix on Twitter and on YouTube that are giving you guys price predictions when I'm telling you right now that none of these price predictions matter. None of them matter. Why does it matter if XRP goes to $1,000 or $10,000 or $500 when it doesn't matter the price of XRP in the DeFi ecosystem on the XRPL and the AMMs? You are going to be able to utilize that XRP no matter what price it is in the same way. And that is to earn income, to take that asset and to earn with it. Whether that's you lend, you borrow, you provide liquidity with it, doesn't matter what you decide to do with it, you're going to be able to use that to earn passive income. You're not going to have to sell it for fiat. If you want fiat, take the XRP that you earn and use it in DeFi to earn the fiat that you want. Do you understand? I don't get how people don't see it. It's so crazy. So let me play this clip of this gentleman from Carpet Key talking to you guys about how they're allowing institutional access to those 25% yields. Okay. Remember, I told you guys, again, a lot of people think that this is impossible, but it's because they don't even know they have access to it, let alone that institutions are tapped into this stuff as well. Take a second here and listen to what he says.
Right. So, for instance, on the first fund that we're going to launch, a USD stable yield fund, it's fairly simple, low risk stuff. It's just denominated in USDC and deployed on the blue chip DeFi money markets. And we're going to plug those into earn accounts on exchanges and offering exchanges users the possibility to deposit their USDC balances into a very, very simple set of strategies, of which value proposition is to outperform the US Fed funds rate, right? So as you've seen previously on that DeFi yields rates chart that I've pulled off a couple.
I'll pause it right there. He mentions outperforming the US federal funds rate. If I zoom in here, you guys can see, again, this is going to be provided via institutional investors. And look at this. Look at what they're going to have access to. And again, we have access to this. I just showed you guys. This says right here, projected APR 15 to 25% on stablecoins. Over here, this is a more medium term risk. Projected APR 10 to 15%. And the low risk right here for them is going to be 6 to 8%. I just showed you guys how Marshall Hayner, again, remember, I'm trying to get you guys to see that the masses are coming. The masses are going to start to be enlightened and awakened to this over time. Marshall Hayner just posted this out. You know, what if Loan Protocol, MetalX app could help these people out, right? DeFi can change lives and solve serious problems. And he posted this CNBC report. And the CNBC report, what does it talk about? People losing their savings, okay? People losing their investments because they trusted centralized actors, okay? Right? You see what's happening. And if you go over to the MetalX DEX, just like institutions are about to have access to 18 to 25%, look at this. And I'm just using this as an example that you as retail traders have access to right now. Obviously, of course, this is going to change over time. We're going to have better options. I'm not saying that the MetalX app is not a good option. I'm just trying to show you guys that this is all possible. Right now on USDT, USDC, we have the ability to go provide liquidity and earn 18%. So if you had $1 million right now, you could go provide liquidity on this platform and earn 18% on $1 million. 500,000 of USDT, 500,000 of USDC, you go to take that and you deploy that into this liquidity pool and you could pretty much retire. I'm just saying. I mean, do the math on 18% on $1 million. That's enough passive income for most normal, regular people that don't have that right now, that are about to become multimillionaires after this next bull market cycle to retire. Okay. And when I say retire, I mean like comfortably pay for all your necessities and your needs based off of passive monthly income. I'm not talking about living extravagantly and buying shit that you want. I'm just talking about paying your rent, paying your light bills, and paying your food bills, right? Maybe some debt. Okay. You will have that money based off of, like, DeFi yield alone is about to provide that for a lot of people. Again, the people that tap in. So, you know, I'm just trying to show you guys that not only are institutions about to have access to this, but just like that guy said at the beginning, retail is now for the first time ever. All right. Retail is now for the first time ever. And this has been happening for the past, let's just say, like 4 to 5 years. DeFi is nothing new, relatively speaking, but it's the newer niche in crypto that not a lot of people are paying attention to. Okay. So